Welcome back to the channel. This is Gillis TV here right on Clemhawks, and before we get started, hit that subscribe button and that like button for more NHL and MLB news, and I guess history of MLB as well is what Clem started. But today we're getting into this video as it was breaking news about an hour ago when I was at my newborn's doctor's appointment that Robin Lehner is going to miss the whole upcoming season due to a hip surgery that he needs. And this is a huge blow for the Golden Knights as he has came in here from Chicago and just helped the Golden Knights win. You know, going from being a backup all those years to finally getting the starting role in Chicago and then having to go to a new team in Vegas and doing so well. He stepped up his game, and this is horrible news for Vegas and Lehner himself. As last year he was 23-17. The year before that he only played 19 games. He was 13-4. But you look at his record. You look at last year, 2.83 goals a game with a 907 save percentage in a really tough Pacific Division when you had the teams like Calgary, LA, and Edmonton all having offensive numbers throughout the year that was crazy to see. He's been a solidified number one for the Vegas Golden Knights. If they didn't think that, it would have been him out the door instead of Fleury, but that's a different topic to talk about some other time if we get around to it, where he's been a pretty solid goaltender over his career. He's averaged 917 save percentage. You know, a 2.71 goals against, which is really good for today's NHL. And this is just a huge blow. So that begs the question, what are the Vegas Golden Knights going to do in the goaltending help? Well, the one goaltender that's been circling around, well, between Edmonton before they got Jack Campbell, you know, Colorado before they did whatever they did, has been John Gibson, which arguably this guy knows how to win hockey games. He's been the backstop for Anaheim since 2014-15 season. He's played 60 games. He's played 50 plus games at least 2, 4, 5 years already out of the possible 8. This guy is a true number one goalie. He can win games. He's 166 and 148. And you got to think, okay, Anaheim hasn't been that good last few years. That could be why he's been 9-19, 18-26, is because even going 20-26, Anaheim hasn't been the team that Anaheim used to be, where they had Perry, they had Getzlaf, they had the hard bruising team that no one wanted to play because they had skill, they could hit, everything. So his numbers have been on the downcline a bit in that sense, as the last 3 years he's had a 3 goals against average, he's had a 298 and a 319, but career-wise, he's a 267. You take those 3 years out, you're looking at a 220, 230 goals against average goalie. He is a true number one and would be a good replacement for Robin Lehner if he does miss the whole season. And you know what? If he can come back in the playoffs, you got a 1-2 punch of Lehner and John Gibson. I'd take it any day. And John Gibson, like I said, has proven he can be a goaltender. His save percentage last year, 904, 903, 904, but that's over the last 3 years. But he has a 915 save percentage. Like, this guy, before Anaheim went on its downhill, they did have some good game, or a good stretch last season, and then they completely just whiffed on the whole thing because they were first in the Pacific Division. But you take those 3 years away of Anaheim going downhill, trading Lindholm, letting Shea Theodore go. You know, all those guys that this team was really good with, they just kind of let go, and now all of a sudden he's playing for a team that maybe can score in front of him, maybe can actually play some defense. Well, you go to Vegas, you know you got the defense, you know they can score. Those numbers shoot back up to his average of 915 and 2.67 goals against. Well, you'll be laughing if you're Vegas. That'd be a trade Vegas should explore. You look at Calgary. They got Uyghur and Huberdeau. Yeah, they lost Gaudreau and Kachuk, but they're still a high potent offense with Huberdeau in that. Well, you look at the Edmonton Oilers. They just signed a #1 goalie for the first time in who knows how long, probably since they traded for Dwayne Rollison in 06, that they can actually play defense a bit better. No, they have a goalie back there in Jack Campbell, and even with Stuart Skinner, he can make the key saves in key moments. Vancouver hasn't done much, so you think you get John Gibson, you could probably beat Vancouver. You know, San Jose's just a laughing stock right now, as they just got rid of Burns. You know, LA's a pretty tough team. Depending on what Quick can do, maybe Quick is an option for the Vegas Golden Knights, but right now John Gibson's #1. If you take John Gibson away from Anaheim, you don't have to worry about Anaheim. Throw in a few pieces, you can do it, and it's great for the organization of Vegas. You did just have to give Pacioretty up for nothing, but if Lehner goes on to the IR, sorry, I coughed, LTIR, then you get all that cap room and you can make a trade for a goalie. And I believe John Gibson would be the perfect #1. You know, maybe there is a Jonathan Quick. I know teams don't like to really trade within their division, but if you're Anaheim, you're looking at a rebuild. Well, your rebuild starts with your goalie getting out of there, who is, you know, how old is he here? Born in 93, so he's about 29 or so. Yeah, he's 29. His numbers are going down because of the team in front of it. Get what you can get right now for him and rebuild. If you're Anaheim, you can get a couple prospects and picks from Vegas for John Gibson. It's really easy. But hey, that's just my 2 cents. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you're a Ducks fan. Would you let John Gibson go? If you're a Vegas Golden Knight, would you want to try and acquire him to solve your goaltending problems before next season? Let me know, like I said in the comments. You guys have a great day. I'll catch you on the next one.